They really want you to hate Aemeath. Withering Waves. Who wants us to hate Aemeath? Why would we want to hate Aemeath? I have no idea. Does Kuro want us to hate Aemeath? I doubt it, because they did have technically the face of gaming promotion, Jeff, post the Aemeath gameplay, which shook the entire gacha sphere. I don't know why this is a thing, but I'm gonna assume it has something to do with Hoyo players. I'm gonna assume so. Why do Hoyo players do that is beyond me. I don't know why we're still participating in this comparison dumb stuff when it comes to Genshin and Withering Waves, because Genshin Impact ultimately is clearly lowering costs and doing the bare minimum when it comes to presentation. Anything really. Like I think Colombina is well done, but obviously they didn't go above and beyond. They didn't. They did a great job, but they didn't go above and beyond like Kuro is with Aemeath. That's basically, I feel like, is the difference between the two. And considering the business model that Hoyo applies, yeah, it's kind of what Hoyo does. Like, what the did you expect? It's like complaining that fire burns. It's what they do. It's what it does. Because Aemeath has better animations than Colombina. The reason why Aemeath has better animations than Colombina is because of Hoyo's business model. It's like laughing at someone with a handicap not performing well. Duh. Of course they won't, because that's what it comes with the territory. Here's the thing. Hoyo is Corpa first, players last. Kuro is kind of in the middle of both. Let's say, for example, there's this ball, right? This is Corpa, investors, and players. Hoyo goes all the way here to investors, trying to almost reach the maximum. And for the players, it's like kinda here, like not even halfway there. And Kuro is basically the same, but it's just ups the player, because I feel like in Kuro we eating good in terms of animations, gameplay. As you can see, they tried. They really try to give player satisfaction in terms of the game. Obviously, there's some shit we gotta speak about when it comes to certain mechanics. For example, the echoes, the 50-50 system, all that. It's still there. It's still annoying. It's still a nuisance. But at least they're doing right by the players in terms of the products they are selling. Hoyo, not so much. Lots of lowering costs, a lot of make the investors happy through lowering costs, and that's just the way it is. And you shouldn't get mad nor want to compare, because unfortunately, it's just Hoyo's business model, which, whether you want to believe it or not, I think if Kuro could get away with the same shit, they probably would be doing the same thing. But we'll see. But now they kind of set a new base level of norm. But they did break it before at the start of the game, because they did make us feel like Kuro being generous. Kuro gives pulls and free stuff when they mess up, right? They really make sure the players are happy if something goes off. Obviously, that stuff is gone. They set up a new norm and they broke that, because it's getting in the way of maximizing profit. Corpas are not your friend. Corpa are not your friend is basically the message. And once you know the strategy that Corpa applies, you can really complain about it, but comparing it with others, it's like it doesn't really matter, because the other would do the same shit if they were on the other shoes, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway,
if you've looked at the Wuthering Waves timeline over the last few days, you might have gotten the impression that the community is on fire. Well, no, because the Gacha Space Twitter is always on fire. The place...
I don't know why that's the case, by the way. You know what? I kind of do. I just hate to keep saying it. Some people don't have enough validation in their life. They go into these gacha Twitter threads to get a bunch of people that agree with their take, as they put other people down to feel better about themselves. That's why.
And the source of the dumbest possible takes ever made in mankind. Like, these people have to learn at some point, right?
Like
some thoughts are best kept as thoughts. Like here in this video.
True. Just because it sounds good in your head doesn't mean you should say it out loud.
We have accusations of plagiarism. Apparently, Wuthering Waves is copying Hoyoverse. Have we heard of this accusation before? Oh,
it's always the case. Like, why wouldn't they? Welcome to China. Yeah, China copies each other's homework. Genshin is based off Breath of the Wild. Yeah, it's what they do. People copy people. Look at YouTube. People copy people's thumbnails all the time.
Yes, 1,000 times. It happened again for the 1,001st time. But this one seems to be incredibly stupid, at least in my opinion. We have a dedicated subreddit for the upcoming male character that has descended into literal mental illness. Like literally analog horror. They are coping in arguably the weirdest way possible. But if you're not a part of it, like from the outside looking in, this is such an entertaining topic to talk about. It's crazy. And we have a reveal trailer introduced by Jeff Keighley again.
Yeah,
and
there it
caused
is.
the storm again. The reactions to that video is just overwhelmingly crazy. But anyways, all of this drama is revolving around around a single unit. I have no idea how to pronounce her name. Aemeath?
Yeah.
Why?
We can't wait for her to get into the game so they show us exactly how you're supposed to pronounce the name.
But for the simplicity of this video, I will just call her Amy. Ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, the holidays are over, and Kuro Games has decided to wake everyone up with a slap on the face. I am gonna be real before going on, I gotta admit.
Save that holiday money up, baby. You will need it, is what they said.
I am a little late getting on this one. I just got out of a 2-week holiday and it's been amazing. But I'm ready to lock in and pay my editor's bills. So if you could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, it would really help convince the algorithm and the people that I still exist.
Let me do that right now, man.
It so much. To understand the drama and the noise surrounding this reveal, we first have to understand what Amy actually represents for the state of Wuthering Waves. And looking at what I've seen so far,
she represents pull pressure. You gotta get me. That's what she represents.
She is Thanos. What I'm saying, legit, she is the GOAT. She is Raora Pantera from HoloLive, bro, like Doom. If we look at the messenger first, right, Jeff Keighley is the one who revealed Amy's gameplay.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Like they put that cash for Amy. They wanted to sell. They want people to see it. That's what they're saying.
World to see. And for those who don't follow the gaming industry side of things, or maybe for some reason you just don't get it, getting the Game Awards guide to showcase something is expensive. One could assume that
like this tweet, low-key, must have cost in the thousands of dollars, like probably 10K for that one tweet. Believe it or not.
Companies usually save that kind of budget for something insane. If we just connect the dots, right? If we just use 2 of our brain cells by having the Jeff Keighley here to spread the message and your mom's legs.
Sorry, children. This is supposed to be a family-friendly channel.
Kuro Games is basically saying that Amy is a VIP, separate from the rest of the roster, putting her at the same importance level of Kartathea. And we all know how that went, right? They are telling you before you even see her kit that she matters. I actually expect so much more coming later on. So much more we have.
She's basically the MC of Lahai, Roy. Like Kartathea was.
Maybe we will get the tower ad again, just like Kartathea, who knows? Maybe we get something a little bit more spicy. But of course, the important thing here that most people would care about is how she forms the story going forward. They have made her as this like ghost. The story is that due to a glitch in the Matrix, something about her existence, she is invisible to everyone in the world, except for Rover. Because of course, Bro is the main character. She casts no shadow, she phases through objects. Like she is about to get hit by the motorcycle. Nope, she's alright. But because all of that, she is completely alone. But not anymore, because this is my favorite game, Gathering Wives. Her only connection is you, the Rover, invisible to the rest of the game world except for you. Kinda like the AI girlfriend.
She's yours. Yeah, dude, can you imagine if this is a setup to normalize AI girlfriends through Aemeath? That'd be crazy.
And everyone is accusing you.
You know what would be awesome? If Aemeath becomes like an app and Aemeath talks to you. That'd be like insane, in my opinion. That'd be freaking nuts.
Of having, don't worry, my love. They don't know you like I do. My baby ChatGPT. And then there is the technical side, right? I mean, the story can be peak, of course. Even though it gets constantly accused of being a harem slop, the gameplay is core of Wuthering Waves. She is a sword-wielding unit, right? But we know Kuro Games, right? Kuro Games knows ball, bro. We aren't merely looking at a character swinging a sword. Amy's attack animations look like we are controlling both the girl and a fully animated robot in real time. That, and we have several ultimate animations. One
That's crazy. I don't know which one. I know the ultimate is probably when the thing swings at you. But like there's so many cut-in animations, it's fantastic. We should have more of this.
One of them is so girly pop and cute. An idol, oh my god, yes, queen. And the other one looking like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, there it is.
Destroying literal surfaces of the earth. Absolutely disintegrating everyone getting caught within it. Yeah, well, I'm gooning to this one for sure.
Whoa, who is it?
The devs don't do this for fun, okay? Animation needs spending money. The complexity that you're seeing in the gameplay video means it might have some bugs, but say it all works out. Kuro Games drawing a line in the sand and flexing on their competitors, making an entirely new ceiling for other games to try and play catch up. Wuthering Waves is like One Punch Man if it has good animations. I'm just gonna say it right here with Amy.
Well, One Punch Man back in the day was decent. Now, I didn't see it, I hear it's trash.
You have a
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell. Character that cost a fortune to market, is written to most likely break your hearts, and is built to break the game and give us another 100 gigabyte download package. That is the context that we're walking into. But when you raise the ceiling this high, you inevitably cast a very large shadow. And in that shadow, we find drama. Lots and lots of juicy drama for me to cover. If you have been on social media recently, I mean, of course you have. We are gacha players and we have no life. And notice how
I'll be honest, I did. That's kind of why I'm here. I have no idea what this is. I think most people on YouTube don't know what the fuck's going on Twitter, so That's why we're here.
Said we, it's not just me, I'm what the culture feeling. So you have probably seen the side-by-side, right? People comparing a footage of Aemeath next to the chopped character XP of Honkai Star Rail Cyrene, pointing out the pink hair and the pink hair. Like, people really be dumb as a cardboard box, bro. Like, yes, they have the same hair color. Does that mean they are the same character? Does that mean Kuro Games copied Hoyoverse? If you said yes, you stink like this guy. Or comparing her robot to...
They're getting caught for plagiarism every 3 business days. First of all, there's no plagiarism in China. I don't think there is. Like, in video games, at least, I've never heard of a case of plagiarism in video games where they clearly copied this character. They don't care. No one cares. But you, because you need to start hating on a video game. Wow. Okay, great.
Firefly. Because if you don't know, Hoyoverse created mechas way before the company even existed. Ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, Kuro Games ran out of ideas. So they looked at Hoyoverse and copied their characters.
Let's assume that it is the case. So what? Let's assume it's the case. Yeah, okay. Kuro was like, yo, what's trending right now? Oh, Cyrene is trending. Hoyo released this pink-haired character. Apparently, people are really into pink-haired character these days. I think this is a good time for us to release a pink-haired character. Okay, great. Let's make a pink-haired character. If that's Kuro's train of thought, and that's what they did, so fucking what? Oh, well, Hoyo did it first, so, Kuro bad. No, we don't care. Like, no one cares but you. No one cares. Like, oh, great. More pink-haired bitches for us. I have Cyrene, and I get to get Aemeath too. Okay, great. I get to have fun in both players, in both games. What's the problem? I don't get it.
Ignore the times where Dawei's nuclear reactor owning billion-dollar company
Hoyo allegedly made the universe. Oh, the Hoyoverse. Of course, it's in the name. Ah, shit.
blatantly copying other games. Let's create...
Yeah, there it is. We said so at the start of the video. It's like, yeah, duh. It's like, look, it's China. Don't apply your Western logic to China. Things are different over there. And I like them as an outlooker. I don't know if I can live in China. As someone outside of China that benefits off the products of China, go China. It's my fault I said Elysia was my favorite character in the WoW survey last year. Oh shit, there he is, caught. Yeah, Elysia, I think is the pink-haired girl on Honkai Impact, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But yeah, basically, why this weird-ass tribalism when it just means better quality products for us, the players? It's like, why? I think I know why. It's because it's an excuse to, you know, get some of that juicy validation on Twitter. Hell yeah.
Non-existent drama for Wuthering Waves instead. The reality of things is that taking a high-fidelity 3D character isn't something done in a weekend. I know, mine.
Jealousy? Nah. They're thirsty for the nectar that is validation, man. They need that. I need to feel I'm important today on Twitter.
Blowing. It is a process that might take months, from the concept art to the final playable model. Let's not forget the discussions and the revisions and the corporate talk and the worker doing the job for their boss that is doing the job for their boss and is doing the job for their boss. Like, I'm trying to talk about the hierarchy of these gaming companies, right? See that Cyrene came out in November 2025. Aemeath was teased in December 2025. To copy Hoyoverse in such a...
I think people who are saying this would spaz if people show them a comparison between Acheron of HSR and Alpha of PGR. There it is. PGR literally, the moment Acheron revealed, or like Acheron was hype, they made an Acheron. Kuro has already looked at Hoyo as like, oh, that's apparently really selling. You know what? We're gonna make our own. It's that simple. And guess what? The people in PGR 8, they freaking love this character. If anything, it was so well done that even my ass started looking at PGR as probably playing it. I remember installing it, I just never managed to play it. And then Wuthering Waves came out. Again, it shows the efficiency and the efficacy of doing what the big boy is doing, which is great. Alpha was created a year before Acheron. Wait, what? Right, it's when I discovered it. That's my timeline. I thought like that was release date. I seriously thought that was a release date. Okay, so Alpha came out before Acheron, and then Acheron is basically Alpha. Is that what you're saying? Now, Crimson Weave existed before? Holy shit. Whoa, here we go. Oh, for all you Kuro bots that need something to fire back at the Hoyoshills. Well, here you go.
A short amount of time, Kuro must slip the spy into Hoyoverse team and copied Cyrene from when her concept art was still being made. And that is why you should play Hoyo games, because they are the original. They created the universe themselves, so release these games. Like that spin in the ults that was similar? Yes, Hoyoverse created spinning, and Kuro Games is just a copy. Kuro Games, look that Cyrene.
Kuro Games is a copy, a better copy. whether we like it or not. And so what? You know what that means, don't you? I get to play Genshin Impact twice a day. I get to play with Cyrene twice a day if I happen to like them. More gacha for me, if I so desire. It's like us putting more food on the table and you saying, we don't want more food. This is not food. It's like, no, this is like the new recipe. It's great. It's like that burger, but it has fries in it. This one has fries with it. No, just the burger. Oh, no about no fries. WKO for copying so fast and doing a better job, I guess.
Rainy and just spawned an animation similar to it in a month's time. You know what? They should copy the spending events that comes along with it as well. That mecha you fight with? Yeah, make it so that players can only it if you pay $300. I love Kuro Games. Honkai Star Rail saved Wuthering Waves. What is funny about this is that there is a Genshin developer footage where he says that shorter versions take half a year and longer versions needs a year and a half. Oh, the Hoyoshills went to the hills with this one. But if it's about Wuwa, the defense applies for Genshin, but not for Wuwa. Well, of course, because why would it? But you know, somehow
that's a long time, man. If they need a year and a half to create that shit, maybe it's time to look into, I don't know, having a bigger team, investing more to get more. That'd be nice.
Get more interesting here because by constantly comparing the two games, these idiots accidentally started a conversation that Kuro Games is very happy to have. They shifted the drama from did they copy the design to who executed it better. And that is a dangerous comparison for the competition, bucko, because when you put Firefly next to Amy, the difference in the genre becomes the absolute argumentative weapon. Firefly is a waifu, yes, but her robot moments are straight up just cutscenes. You press a button and then you watch her punch. Jesus Christ. Honkai Star Rail is a turn-based game, and these idiots willingly compared it to Wuthering Waves. How stupid can you be? Just
okay, let me try to understand their logic. It's like in terms of animations, maybe, or design-wise. Because I'll be real, like between Sam and Aemeath, I don't know which one looks better. Because I still have to try, like I have to feel Aemeath, and then I could say who's the better Gundam. As a Gundam fanatic myself, I probably love them both, to be honest with you. Because like, why prefer one over the other when you can just love both? I think Brosu doesn't grudge just how stupid people, especially people on Twitter, can be. That is something I had to learn the hard way recently. That people can be very stupid. Yeah, I was giving people a lot of credit. People can be very stupid sometimes, especially on the internet. Brain rot versus logic, not worth investing time. You know what? You're right.
Start a battle, you know you're not gonna win. HSR's gameplay is
nothing to win anyway. Like, even if you win, you don't win. There's only losing. You don't win anything. This is just from both sides. Like, if Kuro bots start shitting on Genshin fan or Hoyo fans like that, it's like, what's the fucking point? Hoyo's not gonna change. I think we all know that by now. Hoyo's not gonna change. They're gonna keep doing what they're doing because they're getting away with it. Sucks. Shouldn't be like that, but
it's literally the auto button. Like, this whole comparison is just stupid. You look at Amy. This isn't a cutscene. You are piloting the robot and the wife in real time. You are dodging, weaving, countering, ulting, striking, tuning in the 3D space. And when you put those two side by side, the plagiarism argument starts to sound incredibly stupid. Or
we can say there's plagiarism, considering the timing and shit. Okay, great. Sure, whatever. It doesn't ultimately matter. Legally, they can do that. In China, you can do that. And second, more stuff for us. Like, what's the problem?
From exposing Kuro Games as a copycat, it highlights that right now, their animation technique is performing at so much higher level. Like, get this, all that drama on Twitter is basically just free advertising. It tells the world that Wuthering Waves looks incredibly good and fun to play. And that is a massive W for the Kuro bots, baby. Let's go. But while the drama caused by tourists was spot overlooked,
I don't even think it's a Kuro bot take to say that. I mean, Wuthering Waves as a game looks better in terms of animations and graphics in comparison to Hoyo games currently. So it's just literally having two eyes.
Idiotic arguments, the internal drama was being fought over something, in my opinion, a bit more reasonable. It makes a little bit more sense. So understand the context, we gotta talk about the Zani PTSD, because they call it Zani PTSD. For those who weren't there, Zani is another wife character in Wuthering Waves who looked
wow, that's something.
Incredible. But when players actually pulled her, she felt incomplete. Not really felt, she is incomplete. She was a high-performance car without an engine. A shell of a man.
Wait, so Zani fell off? What's going on? So there's drama about Zani too? Okay, so I thought this was just about Aemeath. Okay, so there's Zani too. What's going on with Zani?
And I used to be before I started content creating.
Because Zani, if I remember, was peak DPS. Like, she was the best DPS for her time. I don't know what they mean by incomplete. Zani teams are still good, especially if you have Chisa. Okay, Phoebe or Lion and some of her attacks miss easy against high mobile enemies. Okay, that's a fair argument. But then again, a lot of units are now another premium 5-star reliant. That applies to everybody now. Like it's not a Zani problem. Everybody need Chacona is required for Karthithia. Gabrina needs Chi1. Why are we still shitting on Zani for that? Like the formula for Kuro has became like SSR. Like you always want this 5-star goes with this 5-star. Zani's good but not casual friendly and needs peeps. True. I still suck at Zani. I didn't understand it. As a casual, I can confirm she's not casual friendly.
Or something like that. To make her work optimally, you want Phoebe, a specific niche support character. And without Phoebe, Zani felt sluggish.
Sorry, editor.
Of course, there are alternatives. There is a free option using the Spectral Rover, or maybe a limited 5-star character alternative using Chacona. But with Phoebe and her signature weapon, Zani is a straight-up monster. In her most optimal rotation, she breaks the DPS ceiling of the...
Dude, the fat oozing out of the tight stockings is crazy work. Look at it. Like, she looks chubby. All of a sudden, she looks chubby, man. Eula days. Dude, remember that? Oh my god. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I don't think... Can you do that IRL? I'm not sure.
Game. Wallenstein's won a tournament with her. Like, I don't know how else to convince you. To the player base, this looks like a create the problem, sell the solution tactic, right? Zani has a problem of needing a Spectral Frazzle applier because she doesn't apply Spectral Frazzle herself, and Phoebe is the optimal answer. The discussion...
Well, this applies to a lot of units, though. It's just that maybe it's accentuated in Zani because, like you guys said, the difference between her premium team and her free-to-play team is insanely different. And in non-premium teams, she just feels total shit. But for other units, like so for example, Karthithia, you can get away with not have Chacona, and the difference is not as great as, say, for example, Zani and her Zani, Phoebe plus non-Phoebe teams. Am I understanding that correctly, chat? Because I'm still... You know, Grandpa gotta catch up with these new words and stuff. Debatable. I don't know about the numbers, but I'm just trying to understand the concept of why Zani specifically. Because what applies to Zani applies to basically every new 5-star. Every 5-star DPS requires a particular premium support unit. Iono is complete as without Augusta or Lene. Huh? I think that's wrong. I think Iono can compete just fine even without them. I could be wrong though, because I've never really played her without Augusta, so I don't know. The difference in power is the same as in the case of Karthithia teams, but you need to be more sweaty in Zani free-to-play teams. Okay, so the skill level increases. All right, sure, fair enough.
Here is started by those people who are more likely than not kind of over-exaggerating the issue, calling it PTSD. Like, come on, bro, you're doing too much. But I mean, it's reasonable to worry, right? Now, these people assumed that history was repeating itself. They assume Amy would be another bricked poll unless you bought the specific support character to make her run properly. The Doom posting is insane, but this also goes over another discussion, because apparently in this one, Amy isn't the trap. The real danger is Morny. Morny is the character on the limited banner on the second half of the 3.0 updates. Okay. She is a support. She is the vegetable on your...
What, did we get screwed over, chat?
Plates while you are staring at the desserts. She is not the main guy for your team comp, but she is wife. Of course she is wife. She shoots lasers like a DPS, because in the traditional Kuro games way, every character looks like a DPS. From way back then, the character summons a goddamn sky-splitting laser from above in a domain expansion, and it's a support character. But anyways, Morny is apparently the core character of the entire new Toon Break meta. According to Gacha Smack, she is the Ranmei of this current state of the game, an essential character that if you skip her, your accounts feel slower than everyone else's.
Stop the cap.
Kuro games place the must-have supports immediately before the must-have DPS. They know you want to skip Morny to save your currency for Amy. They are counting on it, because in 3 weeks, when you finally get Amy and realize that she hits 40% harder with Morny on the team, the Morny banner will be gone. And this is assuming that Amy is going to be a Toon Break utilizing character. We don't know just yet, but there is a...
You know, if I were Kuro, what I would do? I would see people complaining that maybe if they missed Amy, I would make like a special 2-day banner for Mornier. You can get her. I know you're out of polls. Good luck. Yo, my boy Lin, thank you very, very much, man.
High chance for it. They aren't selling you...
I'm kind of tearing up a little, so if you don't see me talking as much as the video continues, you know why now.
A broken character this time. They are selling a choice. Do you want the character that looks cool or the character that makes the numbers go up? Or
we want both. Like, why not have both?
free-to-play player, having to make that choice is the ultimate nightmare. Or you can be just like me, spending 10k on a gambling game. Let's go. Now, what we have covered is all sorts of crazy, with multiple mental illnesses jumbled up together in a toxic cup of the gacha space. But there is a specific demographic that topped all of what we have talked about. We need to talk about Luke, or more specifically, the fandom. For context, Luke is the other 5-star character expected
I've seen Gacha Smack talk about this, but it was weird. I couldn't finish the video.
to release in the same patch as Aemeath. He is a Spectral Gauntlet
Yes.
user. If you didn't know he existed, I don't blame you. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. There is no Luke reveal in Wuthering Waves. There will be no Luke reveal ever. In fact, Luke doesn't exist at all. While Aemeath was getting a red carpet reveal by the game.
This is so accurate. The image they're showing right now is so accurate.
Awards guy Jeff Keighley, Luke didn't even get a mention. No trailer, no tease, no nothing. There is a drip market, but there is no Ba Sing Se. Prioritizing your flagship character is obviously expected, but a complete blackout for the character on the second half is not. And the result is unsettling. If you go to Aemeath's subreddit right now, it is a party. Everyone is excited. You got art, beautiful art by the way. Some
I'm gonna go ahead and ask a question. Who goes to characters subreddits? Unless something's going on. For example, Luke, I hear people are going crazy over there. I'd want to see for myself, sure. But besides that, why? I mean, unless like you're a huge fan of the character, that makes sense. But like, if you're like this casual player like me, would you?
animations, some discussions like usual, but if you go to the Luke main subreddit, it looks like a digital asylum. I'm not joking. They aren't just angry, they have gone full analog horror. Distorted images, creepy fan art, memes about voices in their heads. Well, this one is a little bit normal. I have tons of friends in my head. These people have gotten sick, guys. I think they're upset. I don't know though. They have even started spamming other characters' posts with cryptic messages just to be seen. I mean, I get it. In the gacha industry, there is a known rule. Waifus make the money. Husbandos build the loyalty. The male character fan base is usually smaller, yes, but they are incredibly dedicated. They stick around. By treating Luke like he doesn't exist, Kuro creates a different kind of toxicity. It's not the loud, explosive anger of a bad anniversary reward. It is a quiet, festering resentment.
True. You can do preferences, like there's better treatment when it comes to the girl character to the male character, fair enough, but it can't be this big of a difference. You have Jeff posting about Amy and all that. Like Luke is gone. Like we can't see his gameplay unless you look at people's visions of the future. Or like you can't see Luke at all. Come on. It's like nothing. All we get is a drip marketing. The difference in how they were treated is so massive that I'm not surprised people feel this tilted. I'll be honest, I'm kind of salty too. Yeah, it's like, why not? Like, can I see what bro does? Can I have an idea? I guess we'll have to wait for the live stream. Great. Like any other character. Okay, well, whatever. I don't think we even have dreams of Luke either. Jesus Christ.
Turns your most loyal players into your biggest trolls. Silence, it turns out, is much louder than bad marketing. Kuro
True. Sometimes silence is not as good as you think it is.
games risk poisoning the well just to keep the spotlight entirely on their pink-haired girl. While that might sell more copies of Amy, when it goes live, it leaves a bitter taste that lasts longer than a single patch cycle for a part of the fanbase. So where does that leave us? I think we're witnessing Wuthering Waves at its absolute peak again. Amy represents a developer that knows exactly what its audience wants. Women. Not the real ones, please, no. God, those are scary. We will
Also, no one should say gooners. I think most players want the romantic feel. Because here's the thing. Kuro targets lonely guys that are looking for connections, romance, not something to crank their meat on. Obviously, there's those guys too, but typically these are the target audience. Because when you form a connection with something, you're more inclined to spend more than some big titty girl that is a dime a dozen. All right, forming a connection is way more powerful. So food for thought. Like if anybody's gonna say, oh, it's just a bunch of nasty ass dudes cranking their meat to these bitches. No, it's actually worse. They want you to be connected and fall in love with these characters.
stick to the anime ones, thank you. That and the giant robots, and the combat that looks like an anime movie, and is willing to spend an absurd amount of money to deliver it. But at the same time, the drama surrounding this release tells a different story. The paranoia over her hits, the Zani flashbacks, the absolute mental breakdown of the Luke fanbase, it all proves that while the game's production value is at an all-time high, the trust between the parts of the player base and the devs is still fragile. The game looks better than ever, of course, but the community feels like it's balancing on an edge between genuine
They still have some more work to do in terms of certain mechanics.
hype and a total mental breakdown. It's a volatile mix, sure, but for Kuro Games, it's probably a profitable one. As we head into version 3.1, the question isn't whether Amy is worth it. Looking at the footage, she clearly is. The real question is whether you survived the game-changing banners of Lene and Morny with enough resources left to...
We'd win. We're just gonna win. Duh. we're just gonna win, man, because that's what we do. But yeah, realistically, majorly speaking, a lot of players are not going to be able to obtain everything, and that's a massive problem. I already have anxiety when it comes moving into 3.1. And that's something I hate about Kuro for quite some time now, because all the releases are so peak and on point that I have a hard time skipping all these units. Some I just get because they decide to love me, like Lupa and Chisa. Like they just decided, you know what? Here we are. You have us. Earlies, I was just trying to get 4 stars. They pull up. Other than that, most of the characters, it's incredibly hard to skip. So I remember skipping Brand. Yeah, Brand didn't choose me. I had to go all the way to Pity, and I had to get Brand in the rerun. And I think a lot of players did, because he was because of Lupa, he was pretty sought after. But besides that, like there's no real skipping, especially now because this is the new mechanic. So you want to get the new mechanic, and I think this is a smart thing to do, by the way, because you can't see the full picture of how the meta is going to be in 3.0. So the safest thing to do is to get the new mechanic right now, because when you think of how these gacha companies operate, yeah, they're gonna keep buffing and making sure that this new mechanic is the best way to tackle end game content. So I mean, I'll get these, and I think it's time for me to start skipping, because I hate the sentiment of wanting to have all these units. And the reason why I want Luke, like I said before, he's the only male character in sight. We have no one else unless they go Geshulin with Ming Ting. They introduce us to that in the later half of 3.0. I don't think we're gonna have any male character, unless they just reveal someone out of nowhere, which would be
Claim
nice.
Aemeath for yourself. Let me know in the comments, did you take the baits? Or are you saving everything for the true wife? Or will you be a Giga Chad like me and spend $10,000 on the game and pull everyone? Let me
That's not what being a Giga Chad means, bucko. Calm your tits down.
know in the comments below, but that is all from me, Glaive Kyo, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.
Hey, we appreciate you, baby. I guess we can safely say that the comparing waves movement is still a thing. And this time, it's just Kurobots being happy that they got this amazing looking character, and it's just a bunch of guys just hating. For the sake of hating. They just hating. Like, because we're just over here chilling. Oh, we're just happy about our Aemeath, man. Hey, you seem to be having a lot of fun over there. Here's the thing. That's something that pisses me off with people is, something that pisses me off about people is, you either show too much happiness or too much confidence. There's some people that can't stand that, and they just have to get that off you. They just want to take it off you. Like, no happy and no confidence. Screw you. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about this, and be seeing you. And most importantly, never forget, wherever there's fun, you be there, especially if it's free. That's the message. Appreciate you.